what's good, y'all?
What's
It's
up?
Motion Mixtape, and we're
Motion
back.
Mixtape.
And as y'all can see, we are in a different setting this time.
Absolutely,
You
bro.
feel me?
Welcome to the studio, dude.
It's a work in progress. You feel me? We definitely our first shoot here, so we're gonna get things going. We told y'all, the entire time that we were doing our sessions that we were looking at getting a spot and we were definitely blessed. We got things fall into place.
Yeah, literally things fell into place, bro, because we were kind of almost at the point where we had to find a place and we didn't know where to. But luckily, got a new crib and we got our own studio now, bro. So it's all the space for ourselves. We're right now it's looking a little bland, but it's just the beginning. We just got it in, but little by little, you guys are still gonna start to see some crazy shit happening in the back. Different setup and stuff. But little by little, we'll build this shit up. Yeah. So we're excited to start the 2024 with a brand new studio, dude.
Hey, Brad, we creeping into the still creeping into the early stages of the new year. So much shit has been going on, but definitely with this, we've been really grinding to get us a spot.
I know, and we told everybody, at least our plans were always like by the beginning of January, end of January, we should have our own spot. And look at this, bro, we're able to actually do it very quick. So we're lucky to be here. We're lucky to have our own studio and hope to see some of you motherfuckers over here. Talking it up with us.
We'll have to get some folks on, and eventually we'll have guests in here. We'll start expanding, doing different kind of stuff. This year we really want to take this and elevate it to the next level. So y'all are gonna see, the studio is gonna become personalized to us. We were grateful with the circumstances that we were given and able to record up at the school, but now we about to take it to the next level.
This is different now, bro. Motion Mixtape is on some real shit right here, bro. We're not playing no games, bro. Just watch for the come up, for real.
Yeah, that's probably the biggest focus that I have for going into this new year. Is just consistency. We start off, we have our points, especially if you go back and you look on our page. We have our points where we were really consistent, and then certain things came up, and we might have had a little setback where we had to delay an episode maybe a week or two, or certain stuff happens. But definitely this year, the biggest focus for me, and I know it's gonna be a big focus for us, is being consistent.
Absolutely.
And not just putting out anything, but putting out quality.
Yeah,
for sure.
Absolutely. No, we're making sure that every session that we do is great content for all you guys, so you guys can be entertained, so you guys can have a good laugh, maybe learn something, or whatever it is, or maybe just to make your day a little bit better. But we're definitely making sure that Motion Mixtape, evolves, and I'm happy that every single one of you guys that has been working with us and watching us and supporting us from afar, they're still here and they've seen it grow little by little. So, we're excited to walk into this 2024 with fucking brand new studio, bro. So I'm excited for everything that's coming up for sure. But
yeah, definitely.
But yeah, bro. I mean, it's been a crazy year so far, bro. This is barely 1 week. 1 week in,
7 days,
and all the crazy shit has happened already, bro.
It's already starting off. I mean, you saw how 2023 went, and at least to me, we had some crazy stuff happen that year, but it almost felt like it was too smooth.
It was too smooth. Yeah, I mean, there was nothing crazy. I think everybody was chill. Everybody was happy. I mean, I think it was really one of those big years that quarantine was 100% out, like COVID. Because I think in 2022 it still hit a little bit. A lot of people were barely coming back. It's the year after, because I think 2021 we were still doing some quarantine. We did a little bit of quarantine during 2021, towards the end. So 2022 was we're still kind of rebuild everything. 2023 was the first full year without no COVID emergencies or anything crazy. So it went too smooth. I feel like everybody was happy all around the world. But now, bro, things are getting crazy.
Yeah, and it's the way that everything's already starting off, it kind of, I don't want to say it shapes the way that the rest of the year is going to play out, but it'll be interesting to see how that goes out. I mean, on social media, you just can just open it up and already see the
social media has been already crazy shit, bro. A lot of crazy shit has been going on, and all kinds of stuff. We definitely had a lot of memes come up already in the first week. For the people that are not aware, or maybe that aren't from Vegas or shit, bro, we gotta talk about that guy
going on here,
bro. The way that motherfucker jumped,
is
crazy.
It's funny because even when I got here, bruh, and I was sitting there, I was scrolling on TikTok, I was just seeing that meme all over, and it's like it's becoming trending now, and it's just crazy to me how that whole situation went down. It's like, what would possess you to go and do something like that, bruh?
You know, like, it's so funny because if you watch the video, by the way, like I feel like we really didn't point it, but like this guy jumped the judge at a courthouse, bro.
Like,
and that shit went viral, dude.
If you haven't seen the video already, you need to go see it because it's going viral. You're living under a rock.
Yeah, bro. I mean, it's insane, and the fact that it happened obviously here in Vegas, it's kind of crazy. But I mean, I was watching the video and the whole situation. Like before he went over and jumped, he was like, "I'm a changed person. Like this is like." I'm not gonna be bad, and all of a sudden, 3 seconds later, motherfuckers jumping the judge, bro.
Yeah, and I heard like it was all because like he was asking for like probation and he got denied probation.
Damn.
But it's like it's never that serious.
It's never not that serious.
Because now I saw something like, you know how many extra charges he's gonna get added.
Oh fuck yeah, that's at least 10 years.
You know,
right there,
like,
bro.
It's like that one decision you made
just fuck yourself
messed way more up so much more than you already,
bro. But that jump was insane.
Yes,
bro. Those things are tall, dude. They're like fucking, the way that he jumped,
he cleared that with ease, bro.
Yeah, bro.
He cleared that with ease. You could tell that he walked in there already plotting to do something, because ain't no way he just out of instinct jumped over the desk. He been plotting that for a minute, bro.
That judge had it coming, bro. And then her face, bro, when she was just doing it, and she just sees that guy, he was like, "Oh no, fuck that shit," and she just fucking. Like she saw a fucking ghost, dude.
Yes, bro. It's just that kind of stuff is just stupid. It's like, it's crazy to think that how much that has probably happened just over the course of history, but it's now being captivated on these social media platforms now. And it's like, bro, the minute you do anything somewhat stupid, bro, you're becoming a meme on social media.
Yeah, bro. It is so easy to become a meme, bro. And then the memes are crazy, bro.
Exactly.
I seen that shit all over my TikTok. They already make like a filter out of it, bro. It's insane.
And people are like throwing in like the one that I saw, it was like, like me when they said they sentenced me to listening to like Taylor Swift for 2 days. And I'm like, dang, like everybody's just making memes out of this already.
Yeah, I saw one that said me when they sentenced me to no life with no soccer, and it's like, damn, bro, that'd be crazy, bro.
Yeah. I don't know, bro. What, like, I'm trying to think of if there would be anything that would make me get to that point where I feel like I would have to do something that crazy.
That's crazy.
I just can't think of anything that would get me to that point, and it surprises me.
Because logically, like, you really shouldn't like do it. Because I don't know, I don't understand what can cause you to do it. Because if you do that, it's gonna fuck up everything else like 100 times more. So actually, fucking putting yourself in that position is almost like stupid. Like, I don't know. It's been crazy with that whole thing, but it's for sure, crazy how we started that day, and it's happening in Vegas, bro. It's like I see memes that people are saying that Vegas is becoming like almost like a GTA server, bro. Somebody also just, I don't know, it's probably less known news, but that as like the day after the judge thing happened, somebody fucking stole a plane from the fucking.
From here?
Yeah, from one of the airports. And then they fucking take that shit to California, dude.
I did not hear any
of that.
Yeah,
no. I mean, it wasn't like a crazy like plane, but it was like one of those little ones that, that
probably like the private airports.
Yeah. But I mean, it was just a little piece of shit. I mean, it wasn't like a crazy plane, but that ass somebody took that shit and fucking took it to California, bro.
That's crazy. I mean, like, eventually, I feel like Vegas and California are gonna be interlinked like that. It's already kind of becoming like.
The thing is that everybody from California is invading Nevada, bro, because it's cheaper, which I totally understand. Yeah. But it's still like, bro, you California people are insane, bro.
Bro, I'm saying,
Californians are not real. People from Florida are not real, and people from Texas are different, bro. Those 3 states are just like, different, and New York too.
New York is too, bro.
Yeah, bro. Those 4 states are like their own separate world, bro. It's crazy shit happens.
New York is crazy. We're not even gonna talk about the stuff that went down there last year, bro. That was insane,
bro. New York is insane. Fucking Florida is just, I don't fucking know what they be on.
But we talking about Florida right now, bro. Like, I don't know if any of you guys have seen either, but it's kind of, I don't want to say it's big news, but it's over TikTok a little bit too. Is being covered. Is that at a mall in Florida there was some stuff going down where these teenagers were like allegedly fighting,
Right.
and some cops showed up. But like I saw the screenshot, and especially we edit this for the TikTok, right? I saw a screenshot, and it was like a clip of this like the line of police cars, and it was over 20 plus police cars.
That's insane.
And so it's like, what do you need all of that for, just to stop 4 people fighting in a mall? And apparently gunshots were going off, and it was hectic. People were running like crazy, and what was being told by like certain people on social media is that they actually saw these like creatures, and the surveillance camera in the mall captured this like 10-foot creature, like shadow, like figure, like sitting in the mall. And what the guy was explaining is that like everybody just took off running. And
fuck yeah, bro! I see a big ass shadow. I don't give a fuck. Bro, I'm taking off, bro. Like I said, like I think I mentioned this in the other episodes, but if something's going on, I don't even need to know what the fuck is going on.
Exactly.
I see somebody running, I'm taking off.
The minute
bro.
I see anybody running, I'm taking off. I'm not waiting around. I'm not going to investigate.
20 police cars for a fight is kind of insane.
That's what. Yeah, that's what everybody's
fucking
getting the
Avengers fighting
conspiracy
over here.
That's what everyone's getting the conspiracy from, is because what is the need for that many police cars to show up for a fight? And even if it was like a shooting, like there was stuff shooting, so it's understandable why there would be a lot of police cars, but there was like barely any witnesses that saw the actual figure. And from like what I was seeing on social media is that there's no ground footage of this figure at all. The only footage that you have of it is from the surveillance, and it's not being.
You know what is really so crazy to me though? Every single like, besides the situation, every single time something happens where there's like a supposed or you know, like apparent like apparition of a creature or something, it's always some fucked up shitty ass footage.
Exactly.
And it's never like an act. Bro, we literally have iPhone 15 with like, some crazy camera quality, bro. How the fuck can you not record like something like actually happened, or with the alien footage or none of that? Like all this stuff that people claim they see or shit, bro, every single time. And they have like the footage. It's always some shitty ass footage, bro.
Yeah, like we could get a clear image, and people are quick to record stuff. I don't think that it's not people recording it. I just feel like low key people are being silent, bro. I don't know. But at the same time, the government literally like released footage like last year of alien footage. Yeah. So why would it be getting silenced at the same time? I don't know.
I feel like and that's the thing. Well, a lot of people say that they put that shit out to cover. I don't know what was happening. Oh, what was it that was happening?
There was something happening during that time.
I don't think it was like, there was something else happening at that time, but they had to cover it with the alien stuff. Yeah, because the government put it out, or there was like a theory about something. I forgot because it's been a while since they put that shit out. Yeah, but it's crazy, bro. And it's like always when they have like footage or actual like recording or something, it's like it's always fucking terrible. Like they record that shit in a fucking Nokia, dude. Yeah, it's like
always terrible. Shit. No, like do you really think that we're the only people like in this universe? Like, do you think we're the only type of beings in this universe? Like, I feel like there's got to be something else out there.
Yeah, I mean, it's both scary because if you think about it, it's like if we're not the only ones, I wonder if like the other creatures, I don't want to say people, but the creatures or whatever it is, it's like they're watching us or they're more advanced, or if we're really the only ones, then that'd be scary as fuck too, because like, it's a big ass universe and you're telling us that we're us.
Yeah, that's why I feel like it can't be, because there's no way that it's this big ass universe and it's just us on here. And the amount of times, like, we're talking about aliens, but there was something that happened out here last year, I think, where like this family said that like an alien landed in their like backyard.
Oh yeah, I heard about that. Yeah, I think I heard about that.
An alien landed in their backyard, and the family was actually getting slandered by like some people on the internet, and they were like, "Oh no, that's bullshit." Like,
but yeah, it was the same situation though, where they put out the footage, and it was also some shitty ass footage, bro.
But it's like it's crazy though. It's just like,
you think is it like maybe these creatures or whatever it is, whether it's aliens or monsters or spirits, like whenever they try to record, like, do you think they fuck that shit up?
I don't know, bro.
Imagine that's what I'm saying. Imagine
like,
that's a thing.
Because what if they're way like you said, what if they're like so much more advanced than us, and they're like just looking down on us laughing, and they're like, these people are stupid. These people are idiots. And like what the guy was explaining in that Florida video is that the thing was teleporting. So it's like he was like it literally was there, and then like we turned around, and then we ran, and then we looked back, and he was like, it's like how is it, like, you know? it's just
Yeah,
crazy how people always have a story for that, but we never ever have any footage that's actual clear or good.
yeah.
And
Well,
the
and whether it's ghost or anything. Oh, actually, I think we do have a lot of proof for ghosts, though.
Mhm.
I'll tell you that. For ghosts, I think it's a little different. I don't know if you.
I think ghosts are real for sure.
Yeah, ghosts are real for sure. I
Yeah.
mean, I don't know if you watch the Conjuring movies,
Oh
but
yeah.
bro, I mean, that's especially that second one. At the end, they
Hmm.
put the recording of them talking to like the ghost thing, and then the actual pictures of like the girl levitating and shit. That's crazy,
Yeah.
dude.
And there's all you have so much paranormal activity that's covered on these cameras. So to say that ghosts aren't real or like we're the only beings or there's no paranormal shit that goes on, bro, like come on now. It's
Yeah,
crazy how
yeah, for
much shit
sure.
gets captured. But it's weird though, because we can always capture like those paranormal activities get captured in pretty solid footage. But when it comes to aliens, why can
Yeah,
we never
aliens
get
are
a
like a
clear foot?
creature or some shit like that. It's always like some shitty ass picture or
Yeah.
shitty ass footage. I mean, it could be like I guess with the theory that we're making is that maybe they fuck up the cameras, but still,
Yeah.
I don't know, bro.
Or I don't know, bro. I feel like some of it could be silencing too. Because did you ever hear about that one guy on TikTok that he like recorded? He was in his car and he recorded on the mountain. And he was like, "There's this like just giant creature, like a yeti like creature that was on the mountain." And he saw like the
What?
military like that was on the mountain with him. And then
Damn.
like later he had ended up seeing like these cop cars that kept coming to him, and they were like basically telling him like, "Stay away from the area, stay away from the area." There was a rumor. I don't know if it was true or not, but it came out that the guy had died. And
What?
it was like crazy to me because when people like he got a footage of like he filmed it and zoomed in on the mountain and you just see this giant creature and you see like army trucks like on the mountain, and it's just like how much of that stuff like could our like government or like people know, like higher up people know, and they're just
Yeah,
trying to
bro.
like keep it out of
That's
the
the thing too.
society.
Like real shit, bro. There's so much stuff that we don't know that's always being kept like secret.
Yeah.
Like with every situation, dude. I mean, whether it's a it's a tragedy or anything. Like there's always so much stuff behind the scenes that
That we
like you
don't
don't
know.
even know, bro.
Exactly.
And it's so scary. I mean, it's cool to kind of like make conspiracies of it, but it's also like scary, bro. Because
Because
it's
you
like
don't
you
know.
don't know if it's true or not. But it's like there's definitely a lot of crazy shit going on. I mean, even here in Vegas, well, not necessarily in Vegas, but in Nevada, like obviously we got Area 51
Yeah.
and like the crazy shit that goes through. I mean, you can't even get close to that thing. They can
Exactly.
fucking like you get close to it, they fucking they'll tell you to go away.
Exactly.
It's insane how much shit is actually kept a
Kept
secret.
secret. And
Yeah,
it's like
bro.
to me though, it's like both a good and a bad thing because the fact that they keep it a secret would kind of keep like from like a bunch of nonsense, not nonsense, but a bunch of like shit happening with people getting like
I mean, think
scared
about
out
it
and
though.
wicked.
If we really knew everything that was happening, like if we find out like some crazy like aliens are real, they're like we communicating with them, or like so we find out some crazy shit like that,
Yeah.
the way that people would react would cause chaos. It's
Exactly.
almost like insane.
Yeah.
Like it will almost like that has destroy everything, cause chaos all around the
The
world.
fear would be in on a different level one, but not only that, you would have it fall into the wrong hands and people would try to get a hold of that shit and like manipulate the system and cause more chaos by like putting it in the wrong hands, like certain people that you know like they might hear about these aliens or see these aliens and find out certain things about them, and then they might try to take that to their advantage to like cause something bad to happen,
Yeah,
so
no,
so
I
you
mean
just
it would be insane. Imagine somebody actually makes like a fucking like alien terrorist group or some
exactly,
crazy
or
shit
like an
like that.
army, and they're trying to like cause chaos. It would just cause even more chaos. I feel like
Yeah, I
if
mean
we
the
knew
thing is that people
more.
are too crazy too. It's people that has been
Yeah,
that doing stupid shit that is almost hard to trust them.
yeah, and you see what happens. Like sometimes what happens with some of these events is that you see people who just kind of spew out information too. So if a lot of the stuff got out that the government hid from us, I feel like you would have, like you said, even more chaos because people would just be having information from different sides
Yeah,
and
bro.
different views, and no one would know what to believe.
Yeah, and then I think we're at a time where like we find out crazy shit. Like I feel like society is so I don't want to say it's fucked, but it's like it's so unhinged, and it's like they don't give a fuck anymore. Like that as
Yeah,
they put whatever like if we find out aliens are 100% like if we get like some crazy news, some crazy confirmation, and we like actual evidence of some stuff, bro. I feel like there will be like hella people making memes, hella people like making
Yeah,
some crazy shit, plotting some crazy
exactly,
stuff.
bro.
Like, bro, it will be too much,
Yeah,
bro.
nobody would take it serious, bro.
Yeah, bro.
Especially like as you get into the newer generations,
Yeah,
bro.
bro. No, especially
Like
fucking
no,
Gen Z will fuck
right,
it all up,
right.
bro.
And we're talking about Gen Z, but I keep seeing so many like one of the trends out right now is slandering the fuck out of Gen Alpha, and they're talking about how like all these 12-year-olds and 11-year-olds are
They can't
like
fucking read, dude.
they can't read, they can't do math, and they're
Yeah.
just glued to like social media and stuff like that. But like it's crazy because I always thought that with the rise of technology, it would
Your kids
help
will be hella
better.
smart, yeah. But
It
I feel
would,
like
but like,
we do have the technology to actually like like create some crazy shit and like
yeah,
people to be better and more smart. But I feel like we're just using it wrong, bro. We're using
exactly.
it to fucking make TikToks, bro, about shit, make trends and
Yeah,
shit, bro. Make
and
memes.
people are just too like we as a society. I mean, when we had Sean on here, he mentioned that we're a society of instant gratification. And so not only that, but then you have these people who follow social media like that's the principle of life.
Yeah.
Like you see like all you have to do is get on TikTok and you'll see people debating over like a certain issue, and then you have people that they follow a certain principle of how they think based on what social media looks like. And to me, that's kind of crazy because then you have this younger generation who they're thinking that they don't have to respect anybody that's like older than them. And I'm like, dang, like when I was growing up, bruh, it was
Yeah, bro.
like I understand that respect is kind of something that's
Yeah, bro.
earned,
These
not
younger kids are
given.
not
But
having it like us, but they don't know what
yeah,
it's like to get their ass whooped. For real. Like, yeah, I don't know,
bruh,
bro.
it's like literally like you have some kids that are just ruthless,
They're
bruh,
straight up
and they just
ruthless,
don't
bro. They
care.
don't give a fuck.
And then like it's kind of hard to see that like that's kind of seeping over into future generations, and
No,
you
I feel
just
like Gen Alpha is gonna be like kind of like that weird generation because I feel like us Gen Z like we're seeing that shit,
yeah.
or at least from what I'm seeing, like
Mhm.
at least the people around me that are obviously from our generation, they kind of agree. They're kind of like in the same wavelength that when we have our kids,
Yeah,
that we're not gonna fucking teach them like because
exactly.
that Gen Alpha, bro, that's all you millennials, motherfucker.
Yeah, I was about to say Gen Alpha is the result
No
of these
millennials,
millennials that we
motherfucker, bro.
sit here and clown.
Yeah, bro.
Being a millennial is such a joke in today's society, and it
I know,
sucks
bro.
for
And it's
anybody
been
that's a
such a joke for the
millennial.
longest, bro.
Yeah, it sucks for anybody that's a millennial, but you guys
Yeah.
get clowned.
I mean, some of yours are cool and shit, but like as parents, your motherfuckers fail, bro. I'm
Right.
sorry. Like, and not maybe one person. If you're the exception and you think you're the fucking exception, then I guess you're cool. But
Yeah.
but I'm just speaking in general. Your motherfuckers are creating a fucking weird ass generation, bro.
I mean, at the same time, though, when I think about it, it makes sense because the millennials became parents in the era of like technology's uprise. So it was like a lot of parents looked at that as like a fix, or like, oh, my kid's upset crying, let me just hand him my iPad.
Yeah.
But we're realizing the drawbacks of that,
Yeah,
and
bro.
how people, like a, a 10-year-old should not be on TikTok, Instagram, and Snapchat like
No,
that.
no, it's
It's
insane.
it's insane
And
to
then you
me.
see all these Instagram reels of just kids fucking posting like just
Yeah,
random shit and stuff.
yeah.
It's insane,
I
bro.
mean, even like I don't know if you know who. There's this kid named Lil RT, and he's a rapper, but he's from Atlanta, and he's like 9 or 10 years old, bro. Like he's still a kid, but he be rapping about like the most outlandish shit ever, bro. And
Bro,
so,
ATL, bro.
like he be like cussing up a storm in his songs.
That's
He be talking
crazy.
about robbing folks, killing. I'm like, you're 10 years old,
Bro,
and
you
then Kai
don't even
Cenat,
know how to wipe your ass, bro.
right? Like the streamer Kai Cenat got him on his stream one time,
Oh, for real?
and then for Christmas he got sent this. It was like a Spider-Man scooter, and he showed it to Lil RT, and he was like, "That's cool, bro. I always wanted a scooter." So he's like still a little
Look
kid,
here,
but he
bro.
raps about all this stuff, and it's crazy to me because that's how a lot of these kids are
Nah, bro. Me at
based
10, bro.
on the internet.
I was still doing pretend with my fucking toys, bro. At
Yeah,
10, bro. I'm not gonna lie, bro. It might sound a little older, but I was still fucking playing pretend at 10,
yeah,
bro.
yeah. I'm saying like it's just crazy to look at because I don't want to say that one generation is wrong or right,
Yeah.
but it's just crazy to see how far of the gap is just by even like a couple of years, bro.
Yeah,
And
bro.
just
And it's
seeing,
crazy because I mean, getting off is literally like Yeah, probably what 10 years younger than us,
Yeah,
or something
and
like
like
that.
they're in that gap, you know. And then even some millennials, like they're still in that like range where they could be like right near us, you
Yeah,
know.
right next to Gen Z. Yeah, but still, and the thing about Gen Z is that it was such a it was an interesting generation because we
Mm-hmm.
did grow up with still going like playing outside and technology wasn't super evolved, but by the time technology did get crazy, like we already kind of like we accepted it, but we didn't really see it
We
like a
really,
lot. It was just like we experienced both stuff at the
yeah,
same time, but it wasn't like millennials where they actually just set the whole change from the beginning.
exactly. Like we were old enough to when technology started to like rise, really, we became old enough to understand kind of what.
Yeah,
Well, I won't say we understood it, but we faced a lot of the backlash and like the trials and fails of the early starts of technology. I mean, we went through so many like
yeah,
you
bro.
know a lot of people in our generation faced a lot of the early stages of like cyberbullying and all that
Yeah, bro.
shit.
All
Like
that shit.
we got to experience the first takes of social media.
Oh,
So
God.
like now us being older, we're starting to learn like more how to navigate social media. And then these younger kids are coming in while social media has already been like a thing.
Yeah.
And so it's like social media is becoming the place where people are just like taking certain
Yeah, and then the thing
personas and
about
not
us is
like
that we like literally social media. I mean, the only thing that we didn't get to experience was, or at least myself, I didn't get to experience MySpace, but
mhm.
like Facebook, I was on that shit.
Yeah.
Which honestly, bro, I don't even know why I was allowed to have Facebook at 7 years old, bro.
Yeah.
Not gonna lie to you.
Yeah. The only reason I had a Facebook was because I had a bunch of family on
Yeah, I
Facebook.
mean,
That's what made
I
me
had a
have
lot
it.
of family in there, but I shouldn't. I shouldn't been allowed.
No,
Well,
no.
but I don't know if you know, but like back in the day, like I'm talking like probably 2011, 2012, like basically you could play some games, bro. And there was this
Yeah.
Avengers game I used to fuck with,
Ah,
bro.
yeah.
I was fucking with that shit
Yeah.
heavy. That was the main reason why I wanted
And then
Facebook.
a
I was
lot
like,
of games too that you could sign in with Facebook and you get those extra
yeah, hell
rewards and
yeah.
stuff.
That's why
So
you
that's
wanted
why I
that
would,
Facebook,
yeah,
yeah.
I wanted Facebook for that reason, not to go on there and
Yeah, like I don't give a fuck about
do
posting pictures
crazy
of me,
shit.
bro. Which I did, but still, bro.
Yeah.
I was 7 years old, bro.
Yeah.
I'm glad I deleted
Yeah.
that shit, bro.
Yeah. Like I don't
Fuck.
know. It's just it's crazy to see the advancement of technology, bro. And then even now, like didn't something happen recently? I think something happened recently where this guy like built a robot and like the robot like started fighting back.
What
Like
the
and
fuck?
it's always been in the movie. Like when I keep seeing stuff about these AI robots and like they're talking about these robots that can feel emotions and all that shit now.
Damn,
And I'm
bro.
like, what are we doing, bro? Have we not watched enough of these movies of these robots
Yeah,
taking
bro.
over and having these
Like I
malfunctions,
robot,
bro?
bro. Yeah, no, it's crazy.
Like,
I don't know. Do you think robots are gonna take over? What do you think is
bro,
gonna take
I
over
don't
first?
know,
Zombies, aliens, or robots?
bro. I don't know because all of those are such a realistic, like,
We're
bro.
we're coming to a point
It's
where it's so
like
realistic. Like we
it.
got to experience a little bit of like the not necessarily the zombies, but the whole like epidemic type shit
Mm-hmm.
with COVID. Which and now it's like a possibility, bro. I mean, just in variants of shit, bro.
Yeah,
And it's really just like a matter of time before we get some crazy disease that
yeah.
is gonna go to Sweden like that.
It's just you see it, like it sounds crazy, or like when we were growing up, it would have sounded crazy to think that like robots, aliens, all that. But now it's like as
Yeah,
we're getting
bro.
older and we're growing up, and then like society is advancing too, you see how more like realistic of a possibility
Yeah, bro.
that
And,
is becoming.
and we already have AI. I mean, we got like Alexa. We got
Yeah,
fucking like obviously Siri. I mean, and none of that like crazy stuff, but
but
it is definitely a beginning. I mean, they
yeah.
have evolved like crazy.
Yeah. And now like you have like these companies that are using robots. Like Amazon has a place that they use robots for your groceries and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And they don't even take cashiers. And then there's the threat of robots taking certain people's jobs. You know, it's like they're gonna start wanting to use robots for all of these jobs.
Yeah, bro. Which is
And
crazy though. Honestly, like, that's a big fear too. Like,
yeah,
imagine like your job getting taken over by robots.
exactly.
That's why you gotta make sure you get a job that nobody else can do.
Exactly.
I
Cause
think low key that's why I think the one. What do you think is the job that nobody can take over? Like robots can take over. I don't think for sure a barber.
barber. Yeah.
Barber's that
Yeah,
pretty.
definitely don't like I feel like any job that works better when you have like human interaction. Like there's certain jobs that could easily be
Well, I
taken
don't even
over.
think the thing though is like at a robot. I don't think a robot can really give you a good haircut
Yeah,
like a
exactly.
person would.
Yeah.
I feel like any kind of beauty stuff.
Yeah, definitely. Or like, I feel like I don't know. They would definitely be able to take over like computer science type jobs
Yeah, computer science.
easily because they are computers. And then I don't know, like, what do you think about like people that deal with like finances and like they're in the banking field? Like, I don't know if robots could take that over.
I feel like some positions of it,
Yeah,
not the whole position, but obviously like some can definitely take over. I mean, you already have the ATM, like
yeah,
use that
exactly.
alone. So like you don't need to really go to the bank to talk to someone just to get a
Hmm.
money, like put a check in and get some money out. It's like you just got the ATM. Like, some stuff like that is good, but I feel like finance stuff, it's definitely gonna take over.
I don't know. I feel like with robots, pretty much almost any job is at a
Will you trust
as a threat.
like a doctor robot,
Nah, but at the same time, it's like, I mean, like, even if you just go on Google, bro, and you use
like a
like chat,
Baymax? Low key, I would trust a
yeah,
Baymax more
Baymax
than
is
an actual
tough, bro.
person.
Yeah, because like you look at like some of these robots, like Chat GPT and all that stuff, like those AI softwares, like they know everything. And nowadays, you can just go onto like an AI filter, and like even you
You can
see on
even create
TikTok,
pictures,
yeah,
bro.
you see on TikTok they're doing the expansion trend with the
Yeah,
AI filter where they just
and it's
post a
hella
picture and
accurate too.
yeah,
Like
it'll be hella accurate, or it'll like like it'll make something that wasn't how the scene was, but it looks similar. And just the fact that we can do that kind of stuff with AI and
or the whole
technology,
voice thing with
yeah,
the artist shit like happening, bro. Like you can literally
exactly.
make any song and just put the AI voice
Yeah,
generated and it sound like an artist, bro. Which is
that's
also fucking crazy.
exactly because I mean, gratefully we have like those artists, they have like copyright stuff and they have all that stuff to kind of protect them. But even still, like you
It's-
could have somebody drop a whole album in AI voice,
yeah, bro.
you know. But at the end of the day, the artist still has to have like they have their lyrics.
Yeah,
So
I mean that's
and
the only thing
that's
with
their
music.
art.
Yeah, that
So
honestly with the thing about music is like you can literally put anybody's voice on it, but the thing is like it's not the same obviously when you actually do
exactly,
it. From a feeling, from inspiration, than just from like just writing
yeah,
something to kind of just put like something on it and put a
exactly.
filter and make it look good. No,
So,
it's not the same.
so jobs like that, and like you said, beauty jobs, those probably aren't as much of a threat to AI, but or like AI is probably not much of a threat to those jobs, but still, I feel like a lot of jobs are at threat just because when you look at it, like certain people, like we're getting to like a standpoint too, especially after COVID, where like a lot of
Yeah,
people are just like, well, like we can work if we have to, or like some people are just like whatever, like I'll just I don't have to. And
yeah,
gratefully that's everyone's decision. But then you have these companies that might rather want to have robots take over instead of paying a human staff. They could
yeah.
just
Because
have a robot, you
yeah,
know?
because the thing about I mean, if you see it from a business standpoint, it's so much easier to just make a one-time purchase of uh of like equipment, which
Yeah.
that's kind of what the robots would fall under,
Hmm.
and then not having to pay anything else.
Exactly.
But if you have employees, you constantly have to pay money out to pay different employees. But
Exactly.
if you only make one purchase, it's like, yeah, maybe like in a month, it's cheaper to just get an employee
Yeah.
over a robot. But the thing is that employee throughout time you're gonna have to pay him,
Hmm.
and with that robot, you just buy it once, and all of a sudden like you don't have to do anything anymore.
That's probably like the scariest thing. Like, and it's not even really a conspiracy anymore. It's coming to life. It's just
Yeah,
that robots could easily take over our society, and like these corporations, these businesses. Like, you know how easy they could just like for even something as simple as Amazon, bruh. You know
yeah,
how easy they could have like a robot that just controls the truck, controls in their
yeah. I
production
mean,
lines.
fucking Teslas, they're almost
Yeah,
driving by themselves
and you
already,
have
bro.
self-driving cars.
Yeah.
Like it's crazy how like much of, and these robots are smart. Like nowadays you can just go on like Google and go to Chat GPT and you can find almost any answer you need. So
Yeah,
it's
like
like,
it's
so what do
crazy.
you, if you can do that, what do you need to hire or go invest into like an accountant for if you can just
Yeah,
do
or
your
even like a
taxes?
teacher. Like
Yeah,
if,
a
if all
teacher.
if all your knowledge is really at the palm of your hand already, like why do you really need someone to
Exactly.
learn it? You know what I mean?
And so you're having like you're having a lot of these jobs that are just at threat, I feel like. And now like really definitely a lot of these corporation jobs I feel like are at threat because you're gonna have
Yeah,
these business people thinking that they could just have robots production and produce more
it's
for
gonna
them
be it's
than
gonna be
humans.
crazy, bro.
So it'll
And
be
I think
interesting.
we'll definitely see a lot of change in the next Obviously, it's not gonna happen like tomorrow or anything. But I
Yeah,
want to probably in the next 10 years we'll definitely see like a lot of progress
yeah,
with fucking robots taking over and shit.
and the futuristic like
Yeah,
aspects of
bro.
society, they're coming, bro. I
Can
mean,
be
we're
crazy.
already trying to get to a switch in electric, and these companies are switching to electric cars. So
Yeah, bro. It's
the
insane.
yeah, but
Have you watched this movie called? I think it was called Hair.
here,
Her, yeah, just like
her.
her, like her, like she, her. It's
Oh,
a
I
it's
don't
an
know.
old movie with Joaquin Phoenix, but it was like the thing about this movie is like a like romantic story kind
Yeah.
of, but it was like of this guy that literally fell in love with like AI,
Oh, dang.
but it was crazy. Obviously,
That's crazy.
the AI was voiced by Scarlett Johansson, so
Hmm.
but it was, bro. I mean, the whole situation, bro, it's crazy. You think?
Yeah.
I mean, imagine it gets to the point where you actually like these AI start to like have feelings and shit.
Yeah.
That'd be
That's what I'm
insane.
saying. Like you had like have you ever did you see that movie? It came out last year. It's called Megan.
No, I
And
don't
it
know.
was literally an AI robot that just like it literally had that. It had feelings. And so when it felt like the people that was close to it were being hurt, it just went like it snapped. So
Yeah.
like when you have these AIs that have these feelings, like they're starting to talk about developing AIs and robots that have feelings. That's scary to think
No,
about,
because
bruh.
you only humanize them, and then I mean, it's just gonna sound like a revolution where they're gonna see that you're
Yeah,
fucking using the fuck out of robots,
exactly.
and all of a sudden they want to kill us all,
Yeah,
bro.
and then how do you
That'd be
stop like an uprising of that, you know?
yeah. And think about it, like an AI, like you can really hack the whole fucking thing, like just
Exactly.
hack the world, like you can hack the government, anything, and just stop power. Like
Yeah.
an AI will be crazy, insane of a threat,
It's like
honestly.
it's smart, but it's bad when it gets into the wrong hands. Like if
Yeah.
you put AI and robots into the wrong hands, bro, it could be a mess. And that's one of the biggest things now is that
Not
like
even
I
by
said,
itself, honestly. I
yeah,
think if obviously if you mix enough of crazy shit together, you can definitely create a threat, bro. But
yeah,
it will be something insane,
yeah, for sure.
honestly. But honestly, though, I would rather take like a zombie apocalypse
Yeah,
over an AI or like
yeah,
robot apocalypse, bro. A robot apocalypse is like you're dead, bro.
yeah, that's scary, bro.
Because
Because
all our resources are like technology,
yeah,
and as soon as and an AI being the threat, bro, that's like it takes all your power.
yeah, or like Brett, like you see these things happening where they're talking about there could be like a cyber attack. Like those are like scary, Brett. Like cyber attacks and AI attacks, just anything to do
Which is
with
just
like
which actually talking about that it kind of just happened to the Insomniac, right? Where
I
they
think
got
so. Yeah,
hacked.
something
Something with
happened like
the
not too long ago.
yeah, not too long ago where all the whole fucking Spider-Man games that they had planned got
Hmm.
leaked, bro, and it
Yeah.
was crazy.
And yeah, and then the GTA got there was a guy that was threatening
To
to
leak
leak
GTA,
GTA
yeah,
6
for yeah,
and he got arrested. Like you have all these people nowadays that are smart and they know how to work AI and work these information systems. That's what I'm saying. If it gets into the wrong hands, bro, the wrong shit can get leaked out, bro.
good thing. The only thing that should be leaked is fucking Frank Ocean's album, bro.
Bro, like, that is serious, bro.
Yeah, bro.
Apparently, bro, hopefully with all the stuff he was teasing at the end of last year, hopefully he decides that he's gonna drop this
Yeah,
year.
it's
We're looking
really
at years
about time
ago.
for Frank to drop, bro. I mean, it's been so fucking long that I mean, he's been working, he's been teasing stuff on his story, he's been
Hmm.
teasing little, albums
Hey,
and pictures and shit. So we hopefully, you think it's gonna be the year that we
I
get
don't
Frank
know.
Ocean?
I feel like it could be because
It's
like
8 years. It's been
obviously
almost
like
It's eight
he's taking
years.
a long break, and I know he had a lot of grievance stuff because I think it was his brother or something. Like
Yeah,
yeah,
I
yeah,
believe it was his brother that passed
and
away.
I know he had a lot of grieving stuff with that, and he seems to be doing better. Obviously, I don't know. Like I'm not near him, but hopefully that he comes back to his career, and I hope that what he does decide to put out is good because it
Yeah,
would suck if he had this legendary like he had Channel Orange, he had Juan,
yeah.
and
So
then
far he
comes
hasn't
back and
missed any
he's
album, bro, and it will be kind of I don't. It's almost disappointing, But obviously, the thing though is that the longer you wait, the bigger the hype it is.
exactly. I mean, you saw that with Utopia
Yeah,
last year. You saw that with
with Kendrick's
yeah
album,
Kendrick's
which also took
album.
a long time. I mean, it
Yeah,
didn't come out last year, but when it did
yeah,
come out,
Kendrick, SZA too, SZA,
season
like
two.
these artists that like they take time. Like you have an artist like I think last year they were saying that Drake was the biggest rapper Like he had the biggest rapping streams of that entire year, which is fire, you know. But you have an artist that can drop every year like he does and it still be consistent, but at the same time, the big hit albums like
Are
the
the
one
ones that
are
are
tend
that
to
get
be the
cooked, you
ones
know.
that
It's like a
you
good meal.
take
Like
your
the
time.
best meals are the ones that take longer to cook.
You take your time with it. Like I feel like realistically, even though Travis should have won in 2018 for that Grammy, I feel like Travis or Mac Miller
You
should have
think
won.
Travis is gonna win the Grammy
I
this
feel
year?
like he could.
Yeah, I think he needs to. I think. Yeah,
I mean, but
I mean, I saw the list.
it's a harder
It's a hard
list than I feel like it was in 2018. Because
Yeah,
I'm not gonna say that like great for Cardi B getting her Grammy. Like I'm not gonna say that she didn't deserve it because it was a good album, but definitely I feel like
Travis got the service.
Astro
Not
World,
even that.
Mac Miller's
Mac
album,
Miller
like you had two other like really great albums that year.
right
So
there.
that was like a hard year, but I feel like that was an easier year for Travis to win a Grammy than it is this time because now he's going against Heroes and Villains, he's going against Her Loss, and those are great albums. Even though
But I still think
I feel like Utopia tops it,
I
but
think yeah.
in terms of like hits though, Her Loss did big in hits.
Yeah.
So that's gonna be another album, So it's just we'll have to see how that.
We'll
goes.
have to see how it goes. I mean, Her Loss. I mean, I'm surprised that they nominated Drake because they barely nominated him. I mean, it was a great album too, so I respect it. I feel like there was a lot of albums that came out. Again, the Grammys is almost also with bullshit. I feel like a lot of albums get ignored. Don't get like
all of those awards are bullshit.
Bro. But still, I mean, I feel like definitely there is a contender there that should win it. It's definitely Utopia.
Yeah,
Utopia definitely deserves it. Just like that. I mean, like I said, the Grammys are a bunch of bullshit, but at least in the last 2 years, they haven't disappointed with I mean, at least Kendrick Lamar won it last year.
Yeah,
and obviously well deserved, and hopefully Utopia wins it this year, which I think is. Really
I think it has to go to Utopia.
Yeah, I think it's well deserved. The thing about Travis is that he's been putting bangers. I mean, even his debut album with the what's it called? Fuck, I forget the name. Rodeo.
Yeah, Rodeo.
Yeah, I mean that to me,
Rodeo has still aged.
It's good. It might be up there with Utopia. I'm not sure if I would put Utopia as his best album yet because Rodeo. I mean, even with the Astroworld coming out, I would still put Rodeo on top. And that when it came out, a lot of
people did that.
But yeah, and I don't think, and that album didn't get no love when it came out. Well, not from the Academy at least. Obviously, the fans loved it, and it's a classic now. Yeah. But for sure, the Academy always ignores those projects. I mean, and even then, like the last couple of years, I mean, they ignore Denzel's Denzel Curry, Denzel Curry was fire. Which that was fire. This year they ignore Scaring the Host, which is also one of the best rap albums. Is good.
I started listening to some of that.
So a lot of great albums, that have been ignored by the Academy, and it's weird how they do it.
You have like the underrated, like they're like the underdogs in a sense, but then you have the ones that are more mainstream than others. Like JPEG and Danny Brown, they're obviously more underdogs.
Yeah.
But then like you have Travis Scott, who's in the mainstream, but he's still like he's had his opportunities and has been snubbed. So we'll just have to see how that goes too. Who else do you think though could have a spectacular year? Because like last year, we had Drake. He had a crazy year. Even The Weeknd still had a crazy year. He didn't drop.
Oh, which by the way, he's about to drop this year. Yeah, he's finishing up the trilogy, which started with After Hours.
Yeah,
which the whole like storyline of how they've been doing. I mean, The Weeknd, one thing he knows how to do is really manage his music well, and I don't think he's done a bad album ever. No. I think all his albums have been great. I think the one that has. No, I don't even think. Honestly, all his albums have lived up to it. Whether it's his beginning stuff or his newer stuff, it's still very consistent, very well done. Production is great. He knows who to bring. Like The Weeknd is very good when he comes out with a project. Yeah. And last year he didn't put out too much. He put a couple of songs from his show. For his show.
And those were all good.
Yeah, and they're still hitting. I mean, I think one of the ones that went popular recently I think it was One of the Girls that was the name of the song. One of the Girls.
I know what you're talking about. That song's fire.
Yeah.
And then obviously popular
with Cardi, which is about
a drop. Interesting.
Yeah.
But Cardi.
I mean that combination alone. I mean it was fucking. Well, it was Madonna, right?
Yeah, it was Cardi and Madonna, and I saw that and I was like, that's such a weird combination, but it was a
Yeah,
fire
and
song.
The Weeknd.
Yeah,
They're all very. I mean, I guess I can see The Weeknd and Madonna working
yeah,
together, but Cardi just kind of put in
threw
there.
me off. I was like,
It threw me
yo,
off, but
it was
it was a good
fire.
track. It was a good
Yeah,
track, definitely. I mean, and for sure, we're excited that Cardi
bruh.
she's dropping, and
Dude,
bro,
he has to do it this month, bruh.
he
Like
has to. I guess he's about to start his tour soon. He's about to start his
he
tour next
has to do
month.
it, and I mean, this is the one time though that I really think that he could do it is because there's been so much tease. Like he was
Bro,
supposed to drop in
he dropped tracks
2022.
already.
He was supposed to drop in 2022. He was supposed to drop in 2023. We ain't see shit
I don't
really.
see
The only
shit.
thing we saw in 2023 from him, besides towards the end, was that popular track.
Popular, and that's it.
And then
2022 we got, I think, was it Mr. Rage?
yeah, that was 2022 with Trippy.
Yeah, with Trippy. Yeah, and that was
And
like
then
the only two tracks.
and we also got his feature on Fiend.
Yeah, his feature on Fiend, and then that's all we got.
That's what we got last year. So it's just definitely a lot of the fans are used to his bullshit. He says he's gonna drop and then he doesn't drop, or he'll flake out. But there's been a like academics basically said that he was gonna do a rollout for his album.
Yeah.
And then the album was gonna be dropping soon. And he literally predicted that in like November, and then Cardi started dropping tracks. So it was like,
how many has he dropped? He dropped
4.
24?
2024, Different Day, or You're the Moon.
Hood by Air.
Yeah, Hood by Air.
And then the one with Travis that just came out with like a couple days ago.
Yeah, I forgot what it's called. Backrooms.
Yeah, Backrooms. Which it was hard.
Yeah. What do you like? Have you heard all of them?
I heard those 3: Hood by Air, 2024, and the one with Travis.
I mean, those are the 3 that are on YouTube. So those are, because the other one is only on Instagram.
Yeah, which is the other one?
It's called You're the Moon. I think it's either called You're the Moon or Different Day. It's got like 2 names. That's what people call it. But it's good. Honestly,
I haven't heard that one yet. I need to hear that one. But for sure, those 3. I think out of those 3,
I feel
a lot of people are hyped with the Hood by Air. Definitely got the most hype out of all of them.
That one or 2024, because 2024 was going crazy on TikTok.
2024 was going crazy on TikTok. Yeah. And low-key, I thought when I was hearing, I thought it was an old song from him, but no, it was. I guess it was his new stuff, which I fuck with it. It's good. But I mean, so far, Hood by Air is definitely taking
Hood by Air is hard.
The hardest one. With the one with Travis, it's good too. But I think I haven't listened to it enough to really have it sit on me. But I definitely fuck with the whole Travis by coming in at the end. It was a short song, but for sure, I mean, Cardi, are you gonna go to the concert next month?
Bro, it all depends, bro, because if he drops this album, like, it'll give me something to go for, but also at the same time, I feel like his tickets are gonna skyrocket, and it might be too late.
We gotta buy it now, bro. We gotta buy the tickets now, bro.
Yeah,
because right now I think the thing though, they're pretty cheap. Even but obviously you can nosebleeds, but like if you want to be like floor, I think it's like 200 or something, little bit above 200, but which is not bad, honestly. And honestly, if you're gonna go see Cardi, definitely the best way to go is go for. You don't want to be on those.
You're gonna see Cardi, Ken, Destroy. Like it's worth it. It's a dope show.
Yeah.
If you go to it. So
I'm gonna see if I can. I'm gonna try to go, bro. I'm gonna try to go.
See, bro. We have to set something up for sure.
Yeah, bro. I know for sure if he drops the album, he's gonna go crazy. Yeah. But and the thing too is like if he does drop it on January, it's just gonna skyrocket by the time it comes.
Yeah, and I mean the songs that he's throwing out there so far, a lot of people are saying are like throwaways and that they're not gonna be on the album. So if he's doing crazy numbers with these songs,
which is also crazy because he's only putting them out on YouTube, but he's not putting them out on streaming.
That's what I'm saying. So if he's doing crazy numbers with these songs, like these songs are getting hella views within the first 24 hours. Like 2024 and Backrooms did hella views in the first 24 hours. It was crazy.
Yeah.
So if he can get those crazy numbers with that, just imagine like the hype that he's building out. This album is gonna go crazy.
Yeah. No, definitely. I mean, I think it's time, bro. I mean, the last time we heard from him was 2020, right?
Yeah.
It's almost 3 years, because he dropped like late 2020. He dropped like in Christmas. Yeah.
And Holo Red definitely aged well. I remember.
You think it aged well?
I remember how.
What's your favorite Cardi album?
For a while, it was Dial It. But I feel like every day I grow to like Whole Lotta Red a lot more. Cause like I liked Whole Lotta Red when it first released, but I didn't think it was nothing super crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like I thought it was like, all right, it's okay. It was something different. So it was like kind of near
Yeah.
half for me. Like half liked it, half it was all right. But that album has aged like crazy to me. Like in my opinion, I
So
don't
like a
know.
lot of red. No,
But I don't know if that's my favorite, bro. Like because if we're counting albums, technically it's just between Dial-It and Whole Lotta Red, and Dial-It definitely has a lot of more memorable like stuff to me.
Yeah.
And then obviously his mixtape, the
The
subtitle,
subtitle. Yeah.
that one is hard too. So I don't know. I feel like I like old Cardi more than I liked his Rager shit. So that's why I like his newer stuff. It's not really Rager shit, but it's like deep voice Cardi, so it's a new Cardi, and I feel like his newer stuff is a combination of the both of it. So it
Yeah.
makes it like the new stuff is really
I don't know,
hard.
bro. The thing about Dial-It to me though, that's just like here's the thing. Playboy Cardi doesn't have like a lot of music out because he only has his mixtape and then his those two albums, and then whichever singles that he dropped,
Yeah.
At Me or Mr. Rage, and there's a couple other songs that he has features on, but like his catalog is not that big.
Yeah.
So like I don't know, I was kind of having this conversation with a friend the other day where it's like I don't know if I would consider myself a Cardi fan, but definitely like I know all his songs because like he doesn't have a big catalog.
Yeah, exactly.
And I listen to all of them. Like I have all his albums, on my playlist and shit.
Yeah.
But definitely, I think that the one that stands out for me has definitely always been Dial-It. But just because Dial-It has been like, I don't know, bro. Like the production and
Dial-It's a classic. Yeah.
It's a classic. All the features are crazy. You got it's insane, bro.
Dial-It is a classic, bro.
Dial-It it's just a classic.
It's hard to say that Whole Lotta Red top Dial-It.
Yeah, no.
It's hard to say that.
A lot of people say it did, but it was such a different Cardi than what we got in Dial-It because I feel like especially with his new stuff coming out, looking a little more like dark and more like that, like more like hood or I don't know whatever that we want to describe.
It's more like it's more like a dark trap kind of like that's what I'm saying. Like it's a mix. His new stuff is a mix of like his Whole Lotta Red, like Rager, like darkness. Mixed with like the Dial-It like trap kind of.
But the thing about Dial-It is though, although it does definitely have that rager into it, and it definitely like the production is crazy. You can definitely see his style. For some reason, the beats don't feel like as dark or as crazy as what we're seeing now.
That was like that clean, the cleanest Cardi. Yeah, so I can.
But it's like a clean one, but it's also like very I don't know. It's just so unique. In that whole style, and then some tracks are very like hyped up, but you also get your tracks like Polka, or
some of the one with Nicki.
The one with Nicki, Poke It Out,
and then his intro, which was like on time. That one was like a mellow,
boring. And it's like it's just very clean, and I fuck like that. Cardi definitely stands out for more than one, and it's definitely for me my favorite.
I feel that. I can get with that.
Yeah, no, for sure. But I mean, I'm excited to see what he brings up with this new project. Obviously, it definitely looks different, which is something that I always appreciate with an artist whenever they try to create something different from their previous. Because a lot of artists also fall into the line of they're always creating almost like the same music.
The Baby.
Yeah, the baby. Unfortunately,
Polo G's supposed to drop too, so hopefully. Yeah. I mean, I was never like super big.
Or even like, this might be a hot take, but almost like Lil Baby too.
Lil Baby is, bro, the fall off of Lil Baby needs to be studied, bro.
Yeah.
That's serious.
Lil Baby, because he had everybody on the show for, bro, with his.
He had like 2 or 3 Drake features.
He had like.
And he bodied them.
But he bodied them. He fucking. He had everybody doing with freestyle, with fucking his album with Gunna. All this, he had everybody like he had literally the world in his hands, but all of a sudden,
he sounds the same in every track.
Yeah, then now it's becoming almost so repetitive. So whenever like an artist does decide to switch it up from his previous project or his previous song or whatever, I always appreciate that. Exactly. Which is exactly why I fuck with like Lil Yachty's album so much because he was so different from everything he had.
Bruh, you think he could continue the streak this year, bro?
Shit, he's about to drop, huh?
I don't know if he's gonna drop another album.
I mean, he's definitely dropped a lot of singles this year, and Loki, his artist kind of I mean, I'm not no one to judge, but I want to say he's definitely been escalating, whether on his production and his lyrics and his
Yeah.
flow overall. Which I mean, his singles that he's been dropping have obviously been more hip hop, not like what he put out in the album, but definitely, bro. He
And he's teasing, he's teasing a lot of stuff on TikTok, and then also, he's got his Concrete Boys like label stuff, and his group, and they're making music together. Like they had those freestyles that were trending a little bit.
Yeah.
So I think that if he doesn't drop an album by himself, he'll drop one with his label, which they're all pretty good actually. Like they're solid, and then hopefully he gives us some cool singles. Because even after his album last year, him trying out something different, hopefully it'll allow him to tap into different stuff, but still keep. I like his rapping style too. Yeah. Like I've always been a fan of his rapping style, even though I did really like Let's Start Here. That was a phenomenal album to me. So I hope that he has a good balance, because like even the singles that he dropped last year, they did good, but they didn't do like as crazy as some of the songs on Let's Start Here did.
Yeah.
So hopefully he taps in and like just really stays true to his stuff as an artist. Because
I mean, it's really just all about inspiration, dude. And honestly, I'm excited to see that. Like I said, I'm always what I appreciate. I mean, that's one of the things why I really fuck with Drake and Bad Bunny so much. Whenever they drop an album, it's definitely like a different vibe from whatever they put in. I mean, you can definitely tell the difference between like the CLB to Her Loss to Honestly Nevermind. Like all those albums have something different that makes it unique. And then same with Bad Bunny, each album has its own vibe. And just when an artist knows how to do that and switch it up each project, it's definitely like appreciated.
And the thing with Drake, why he can kind of get away with dropping an album like every year or two, is because his albums age perfectly, bruh.
Yeah.
Like when we saw CLB drop, like we were talking about last session. It was getting so much hate. Everybody was talking about the CLB, the Donda, like talking about all that stuff, like this, that. But CLB has aged perfectly,
bro. Every song. What's your favorite song for CLB?
Probably either I really like I Miss You Too with Kid Cudi.
Oh. And then, that's like one of the lower ones.
That's like a lower song, like it's lower on there.
Yeah, that's for me. It's lower. I mean, there was a lot of great tracks, obviously.
I don't think that's like my favorite, but that's kind of up there for me.
I mean, recently I learned to love this song. Get Along Better.
That's a lot.
Like my appreciation for that song went up so much in the last couple of years, bro. That song definitely. I mean, when I started listening, obviously my favorite one, and I think the best track in the album is definitely Fair Trade with Travis. But
that's a good song.
Yeah, I mean, it's such a great song. I mean, Travis and Drake
they don't miss. Yeah,
they don't fail.
That song is up there for me. Also, I like what's that song? It's I forgot. It's another song that J. Cole also did on the same beat. I don't know if you know what I'm talking about. I forgot what the song is called. It's like anyway, I forgot what the song is called. But the other song that I really liked from the album was Into Deep.
Into Deep is a classic. Everybody loved that song, bro.
Deep was so
with Future, fuck yeah, that song doesn't get enough. I mean, and you have both parts where you start with like an R&B type song, and then you get to that, the beat switch, and then Future goes in and kill it.
Exactly. Yeah. Into Deep is probably my favorite on that. And then you had, I mean, honestly, Nevermind though. Here's the thing: is that while it's ranked kind of low in his discog by a lot of people. I wouldn't even say that it aged bad, because then you had a lot of people after the fact still saying that for something different, it was a good album. And it had hits. Like he had, Sticky. Sticky went viral.
Obviously, Jimmy Cooks went
viral. And that's like one of his more viral songs now out of the recent times.
Yeah.
Which caused, obviously, the Her Loss collapse. So that worked out fire. And then For All the Dogs is aging. Fire right now.
I mean, everybody is, when it came out, everybody was kind of hating on it, but everybody's not now fucking talking about, Rich Baby Daddy. Obviously his verse at the end, obviously talking about Drop Picasso. But Bahamas Promises has always been, up there.
That one's been
Virginia Beach is like one of his best intros. Honestly, I think so far.
Tried Our Best. That song is so fire, bro.
Good. I'm not gonna lie. I think Virginia Beach has been his best. Oh, I don't know, because Champagne Poetry has
that. Yeah, I was gonna say that intro was hard.
Champagne Poetry is such a great song.
That song was so hard.
Overall, that whole song is like.
That's why I also really like 8 a.m. in Charlotte, because it gave me hella champagne poetry vibes.
Yeah.
So like, even
but I mean, Drake never fails on the timestamp.
He doesn't ever.
Yeah, so. Bro. No, it doesn't matter which album it is. If you got a time and place and it's Drake, it's gonna be a banger.
I think he'll take a break this year.
Yeah.
I think. I mean, he
I don't
might
know.
drop
That's
something
the thing,
again.
though. Which is that I thought he was gonna take a break after CLB, but right after, like 7 months after, he dropped Her Loss. I mean, honestly, never mind. And Her Loss a couple months after.
Yeah, and then for all the dogs, he was like, when he was getting ready to drop Scary Hours, he was literally talking in the intro, talking about how he was gonna take a break, and then like 7 days later, he wrote the Scary Hours tracks. Yeah, and I was like, okay, so I mean, but the Scary Hours tracks were fire now.
Yeah, no, so, and those were all. I mean, I definitely think that those are some of the best tracks that he has put out for sure. I mean, with some lyrical Drake with some really good production. Obviously, The Alchemist.
Yes, bro.
No, definitely.
And conductor Williams.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah, no, Drake definitely. I feel like he'll probably take a break. So, but I hope I would hope that he puts out at least something this year, even if it's a single or he's on a feature.
Yeah.
But he probably won't put out an album. But I don't know.
I don't know. He's been on his game for sure.
We definitely want Frank Ocean to drop. I could see him dropping maybe.
Yeah.
I don't think Tyler will drop this year. Just because he put out the estate sale last year.
Really?
And he usually drops an album every 2 years. So he might put an album out this year, because he dropped Call Me If You Get Lost in 2021.
Yeah.
And then he dropped the estate sale in 23.
Yeah.
As like a deluxe. So
how many more tracks did he have on it?
It was like 6. So he might. I
think he's gonna drop it. I think he's gonna drop.
He might drop an album, because I know a lot of people were complaining, because they were like, "Bro, why are you not dropping an album?" But he was like, "Oh yeah, like I considered like the estate sale as like some of my music for this year. Like that's what y'all getting this year." So hopefully he drops a track, or he'll probably drop something this year. Hopefully.
Yeah. Obviously, we got that Kanye album coming up soon, which it was supposed to drop on. Well, it was supposed to drop last year. Mm-hmm. Then it got moved on to New Year's.
Yeah.
New Year's came around. They were like, no, it's going to come out on 12. So technically it should be coming out this week.
Yeah. Hopefully, like I know, like I've been kind of iffy with Kanye, but at the same time, I feel like I started getting back into my Kanye phase again. Like music. Kanye, I mean, he's very talented.
Yeah, for days.
And when he was doing the rollout for Vultures, bro, like some of the songs in it, it's the one with Future, bro. That song was so fire. Like when I heard the snippet for that, I was actually like super hyped for him to drop. So hopefully he drops.
And then there's obviously a supposed track with Bad Bunny, which that's the one I'm excited about.
That's hard.
Yeah, and then I think that was the one with Kodak on it. I don't know if you saw the video, but a lot of people were recording it, and the thing with why people say Bad Bunny's gonna be on it, because you could hear some of Bad Bunny's ad-libs on it, on the back, and then as soon as I think they stopped the song as soon as he was gonna hop on, which was right after Kodak's verse, which is so crazy to me to see Kodak and Bad Bunny together, but Kodak had done it.
Yeah, got you. Yeah, I remember. I know what you're talking about, because I remember Kodak went to the what's it called? He went to one of the listening parties, and he's on like probation still.
Oh yeah.
So his probation literally ended in like 2 days, bro. And he went to it. I was like, bro, what are you doing?
This motherfucker is crazy. Yeah. I mean, Kodak is just a different breed, bro.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm excited to see, because if I'm being honest with you, I felt like last year was probably like I know a lot of people, I keep mentioning this, but a lot of people talk about how the music used to be way better than it is now, like especially in like the years of us growing up. But I feel like music is like,
I think music's good. I don't think it's really about the music. I think it's more about the listener.
Exactly.
Yeah. I think about listeners are now looking for the next big track, the next fucking hit, and the next TikTok trend. That's what they're looking for. And they want to have that song that kind of sticks to them. And when they, when you put something out like, like a crazy, maybe like a lyrical stuff or something that has more concept to it, more of a, like literally an art piece, not just a hit. It's like people don't fuck with it because it's like they don't want that,
Yeah, they don't fuck with it, but then they end up fucking with it.
Yeah, later on they realize that.
That's what's happening with Drake's album now, even though it hasn't been that long. But you see, like, bruh, I guarantee, bruh, if we keep going on, songs like Drew Picasso are gonna go even more viral than it already is.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously you had Virginia Beach go viral, and like Rich Baby Daddy starting to go hella viral now.
Yeah.
Which I mean, it was.
I mean, it was viral, but it wasn't necessarily because of the actual like song itself. It was very just because of the chorus from Sexy Red. But for sure, I mean, that's the thing though. I feel like listeners now are looking for just a fucking hit, just something to hear in the moment, but they're not really looking for that like concept. They're not looking for those lyrics. They're not looking for that crazy production. They're just looking for whatever is trending on TikTok.
And I think that was dope about last year is because last year we saw a lot of that variety. Like I remember that one time we were talking about how, women artists took over the charts for that one week.
Absolutely, yeah.
And then you have, like you said, being Mexican, you said it was kind of rare to see somebody else, that was Mexican in the charts.
Yeah, and it was not even like just like a Mexican artist creating like a pop song. It was like creating like Mexican style music. Like it was Mexican, regional mexicano, which is like that's what they call the genre for Mexican music, and it was it's cool to see that now it's also going mainstream around the world, and I mean the main reason why I say is because there's this kid. His name is I don't know how people want to pronounce it. Some people call him Javi, some people call him Chavi, whatever it is. But he's like blowing up on TikTok from these 2 songs that he put out, and it is crazy how like how those artists go through, and it was so crazy because literally 2-3 months ago, people didn't know about him, and all of a sudden he has he has 2 songs in the top 10 on streaming, which is crazy.
Yeah, it's just I think 2023 definitely you had a good balance of artists taking advantage of social media and making those hits, and then you had a good balance of the art, from like so that's why I really put 2023 up there high for music. Because we got some good hits from these artists.
Absolutely. And I'm excited for this new year with music and where it's going. I mean, there's a lot of shit that's going on, but a lot of people are talking about 2024 being like the lead up for 2025, which a lot of people are excited for. I mean, there's crazy shit happening on 2025 too, but we'll talk about that more on the other episodes. We're barely starting on the 2024.
Oh yeah,
and then kind of going back to the beginning, bro. We were talking about theories and shit. We used to the whole thing with the Jeffrey Epstein, bro.
That list just came out.
Everybody, it was crazy, bro. People were betting on him, bro. That's insane. Well, they actually took down the bet, which is crazy.
And they were talking about how like the way that the list was coming out and everything, everyone was comparing it to like an album rollout, and they were like, "This Jeffrey Epstein album rollout going crazy." And like, I know a lot of.
Which, by the way, we're gonna make. I don't want to say jokes or anything, but it's like, we understand that this whole situation it was definitely serious. Obviously, we're talking about some crazy shit that happened on that island. So we consider it for all the people that really suffer from that situation. But you gotta admit, it is kind of crazy how that shit happened, bro. I mean, you see names like fucking, Jimmy Kimmel, and obviously you had Trump, and these people that you're kind of expecting to be there. But I mean, people like fucking Stephen Hawking. Dude. What the fuck was he on?
I'm saying, bro.
How did he even travel to the fucking island, bro?
Dude, that's crazy. Like, especially like Stephen Hawking and Jimmy Kimmel too. I know, like Jimmy Kimmel put out that tweet and basically like saying like that you're threatening to my family and all that stuff. Like why would y'all lie about that? Like this, that, and the third. But it's just crazy seeing people on there that, I mean, obviously you have people that you kind of expected to be on there, but then like you see people on there, like imagine seeing like one of your favorite like entertainers being on that list, bro. Like, I mean,
that would be insane. I mean, I haven't read the whole list or seen a lot of the names besides the ones that they've been making memes about, which obviously the big surprise for everybody was Stephen Hawking. And I mean, that boy couldn't even move, and he was actually out there.
Yeah, exactly, right. Everybody's making memes about that now, and then they're like going back and looking at his like personal life and all that shit. It's just crazy.
It's insane. But I don't even know what to say on that, bro. But it's been crazy, bro. Like I said, I haven't seen the whole list, but they were trying to bet on that shit, which is kind of crazy. Know. Who would you bet on if you actually had to put in money on it?
To be on there?
To be on there. What would you love to guess?
Elon Musk.
Yeah.
Somebody that's high up there. That's also a weirdo. Elon Musk is a weirdo. I don't care. I feel like it wouldn't be surprising if he was on that list. To me.
I would. Fuck. I know. Like, to me, one of my favorite actors of all time is Leonardo DiCaprio, but he had to be there, bro.
He's weird, bro. Bro, I was literally talking to my girl last night. I was like, bro, the fall off of Leonardo DiCaprio has to be studied, bro. Like, how do you go from The Great Gatsby and Titanic to like now he's like,
well, he's still definitely got
he's got acting talent, yeah,
acting talent. I mean, he's still really up there, but I don't think he really fell off. It's just like obviously he's not as popular as he was before. I mean, he's not the fucking crazy star. He's not like, because that's like young actors are taking that spotlight. You know, like you got your Timothy Chalamet, you got your Michael B. Jordan. You know, those people that are they're younger, they're more towards like the young audience. So they're taking the spot. Well, Leonardo DiCaprio, like he has a name. Like,
he has a name for sure. I just mean like too like a lot of his personal life because like there was that stuff going around like
with him dating young
with him like
Well, not necessarily that. I mean, technically it's not illegal, but it's still a little weird. I mean,
it's just looking when you see his history like of like the girls he was dating is like, bro, like, and the internet's always gonna attack that, you know.
Yeah, the internet's always gonna be crazy on your ass, but. I mean that's like the only name that I would be disappointed if you guys should on the list, but I wouldn't also be surprised if you won it. I would have bet money on that.
Low-key. Yeah, low key.
That would have been a good jackpot.
It's just crazy how people are treating it like it's a track list for a new album, bro. Like, no, dude, like, it's crazy. The memes that are coming out based on this stuff it goes back to what we were saying earlier. Our generation and our society can't ever take anything
serious. No, bro, you really can, bro. It's so crazy, and I mean, there's still a lot of shit to uncover about the island. I mean, there's a shit ton of documentaries and stuff out there about it, and obviously we know like the main things. But I feel like definitely there's still some shit that. Or at least I'm not super educated on it.
I'm not either. But there's still like either way, what we hear and what we see in the social media, it's not everything. There's still so much behind the scenes.
Yeah, so definitely, bro.
It's just obviously we're all gonna speak on it. It's crazy, but there's still a lot that we don't know, which is crazy. Like that's why I said it would be insane to see like one of your favorite entertainers on that list, bro. Yeah, that you like didn't it surprised you that they were on that list. I'd be like, yo, that's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, and I don't know. I feel like that whole. I feel like the industry, like the entertainment industry, like the elites. It is just so crazy. I mean, there's so much stuff that we don't know, and we always idolize these people and see them as some people see them as role models, some people see them as like just people of status, just the elites, but there's so much shit that they're doing that's so like shady. It's shady, bro. Yeah. It's insane.
And then it like really brings it down to a level of how like these people aren't like people that to idolize. Some of these people aren't good people at all. And then like you're talking about seeing these people, these elites, and these hierarchy celebrities, and we were just talking about the Epstein stuff, but other celebrities are also under fire because of that comedian Cat Williams.
Yeah,
putting those comedians under fire in that interview, like Kevin Hart and Ludacris.
Yeah, she was mentioning a lot of people, just talking about the Illuminati. Yeah, it's crazy.
And it's a lot of people nowadays are always concerned whether somebody sold their soul or they did all this and that. And it's
Do you think the Illuminati are real?
I think that the concept of it, maybe
secret societies, like, are they real?
Yeah.
I mean,
I feel like
would it be like a cult? Because I know cults are real. Cults are definitely real, but like a secret society, like the Illuminati, I don't know. There's different concepts of it.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Honestly, it wasn't even necessarily like the most elite people. How was it? Have you ever watched this movie called? Well, it's like this trilogy based off books, but I don't know if you ever heard of the Da Vinci Code. Or Demons and Angels.
That name sounds familiar.
Or Angels and Demons.
Yeah, that name sounds familiar.
It's basically this. It's some movies with Tom Hanks.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, and it's basically like this movie's about the Da Vinci Code. For those that don't know about it, it's basically this theory that came from a book that says that there's a descendant of Jesus Christ. So that he wasn't so there's like somebody, like there's a line of descendants of Jesus. That's the Da Vinci Code. And the reason why they say that is because in Da Vinci's The Last Supper meal picture, one of the apostles, one of the people that was on it, one of the apostles, apparently it wasn't an apostle. It was actually Mary Magdalene, and she was actually the mom of the kid of Jesus.
Damn.
So that was his whole theory, and there was obviously some evidence, something to do with the church and some crazy shit. And obviously they made it. Obviously they dramatized it and made it to a movie.
Yeah.
And that's kind of like the theory behind the what's it called. I mean, and it's really just more than anything, it's just really throwing shade at the Catholic Church, saying how they always hide something. Which honestly, I think besides government, I think the church, the Catholic Church, is probably the craziest.
I feel like ever. Like just all of the, like you see so many elite things and like big hierarchy stuff like that they probably have those secret cults, so they have those like you mentioned secret society. That's why we're mentioning the Illuminati, bro. I want to put it back. Like I feel like the whole concept of that is like a real thing.
Yeah, I mean, and then obviously the reason why I was mentioning the Da Vinci Code is obviously on the sequel or prequel, whatever they want to see it. It was like, I guess he explained how the Illuminati was really just a, what's it called? It was a group of people, of like scientists back then, when obviously when the church was like the top, and in Europe and everything, the Illuminati it was like the group of people like Galileo and all these like scientists and mathematicians and all these people that were kind of like, discovering gravity. I guess Einstein as well. But discovering gravity, the stars, talking about how the sun is the actual center and not the world, and all this other shit that was kind of going against the Catholic Church. And they were, what's it called? That's the people that So they started to like get together and hide.
Yeah.
And the Illuminati, where it translates, I don't know. I think it was either Latin or I'm not sure which language it was, but it basically translates to the illuminate, like the lightning, the enlightening ones.
Yeah.
So it was really just about these people, these scientists hiding from the church, because obviously they were, they got kind of locked in talking about, what God is not real, and math is really the answer and all this shit. They were gonna get, obviously, they were gonna hit with the blicky and shit, but they're gonna be done. They're
gonna be cooked, right?
Yeah, so that's really like the secret society. It wasn't really nothing about like creating something, like just something to control the world. It was just like a secret society to meet and talk about science.
Yeah.
And obviously,
but I don't know. Like I feel like it's not a stretch to think that there's certain people that kind of run the way that society or like try to run the way that society like operates, with these social influencers and all of that stuff. That's why I wouldn't put it past,
It's crazy. I mean, obviously, I don't think there's like an Illuminati now, but I definitely do think there's like a lot of secret societies. Yeah. And some people have admitted to being in books and stuff. That a lot of people admit to being a part of a, some kind of secret society or cult that really manipulates shit, and it's crazy to think about. And honestly, we've seen a lot of people talk about it. I mean, obviously, the most recent one was what's his name? Cat Williams, yeah. Interview, but I mean, in other years we've seen like the Jim Carrey interview, which was crazy, and everybody was like, "What the fuck is he on?" But
I know,
but I mean, how a lot of people have spoken up about it. Even not necessarily, not necessarily that he was calling out people, but I guess Tom Holland, that in an interview, he was like, "Nah, there's a lot of shit that goes in the industry that I really don't mess with," which is why I'm kind of like. That's why he decided to take a break from acting or something. But all this crazy shit that's happening.
Yeah, like there's so much behind the scenes stuff with that, and then like even people start to suspect these people that get called out too, because like even with Kevin Hart right now, they're saying that his response on like Twitter, it made him look like he didn't really address the situation, like he kind of just dismissed it.
Yeah.
And so people were like speculating him and his stuff now. And then with Ludacris, like he
even Dave Chappelle said it before too.
Yeah.
Which is why like his whole like the Chappelle show or something was canceled, because he had like some crazy shit.
Yeah.
With the like secret Illuminati or something. A lot of people like have spoken up about it, and it's just people always like put him as crazy or something. But I mean, it's been too much. I mean, something has to be going on.
That's what I'm saying. Like, there's so much stuff that is probably going on behind the scenes that we don't know. That's why it's hard to look at like these celebrities and be like, look at them as like these idols or people to follow, because you don't know
what they're doing on the side. I mean, when you're in a position with so much power and shit, it's like, bro, it's insane. Or when you're able to influence people like that, like there's definitely something that you cannot just be you, you know.
Yeah.
And if you really just you, I mean, people throughout history, people that think that they can do it by themselves, they oftentimes get killed. You know, Michael Jackson, although you know that he has some shitty stuff to him. Like, you know, he before he died, he used to he I think he said that they were gonna end him or something, and all of a sudden he passed away. Same with Prince. You know, all these celebrities that talk about speaking up or something. All of a sudden, like there's some always shitty stuff happening with their death. Yeah. It's insane. There's always stuff, you know, on that we don't know about. And then I mean, there's a lot of crazy conspiracies. Yeah. I mean, but definitely in the government, it's crazy. I don't know if you heard about this one. This one's a little older, but I don't know. This is a little more sensitive topic. So obviously, if you don't fuck with sensitive stuff, you know, maybe you might skip a little bit of this part.
Talk about it.
Yeah, but it was. I don't know if you remember that shooting. That I don't know if it was on Texas or it was at a supermarket, and I think the guy he put it on Twitch. I don't know if you remember that shooting.
I don't remember.
It wasn't that long. It was at a supermarket.
I think I remember hearing about it. Yeah.
I think he was only killing people of color.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
And he wrote like a bunch of.
Yeah, that happened like a couple of years ago, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was not that like long ago. Yeah, it was like a year or two ago. I remember that.
Yeah, and he put it up on Twitch, I think.
Or it was he put it up on something.
Oh, it was some.
I remember that, and he had the kit. Yeah, I remember that.
That was crazy. But another thing. And this is just a conspiracy. Yeah. I'm not sure. This is just what I heard. You know, I'm not getting crazy with the conspiracies. No, but this is just like something that I heard. Obviously, could not be true. But apparently, one of the people that he killed, obviously, they made this whole. You know, he wrote this big ass paper talking about just making it seem like a hate act. But apparently, one of the victims, he was a guy that was working on trying to make a car that didn't not necessarily that they didn't need fuel, but it was like that used I think water as as fuel. So there was something that would change, like it was game changing for society, like crazy shit. And that was gonna be like a crazy discovery, and it was gonna be like fucking, you know, it was gonna like change the way you know people, and obviously stuff with fuel, which is like the main one a lot of the things that you know people buy and shit, and it was just gonna change world completely because we were talking about renewable energy, not like an electric car, but like a electric car literally running water, something crazy, and nearly there was like paperwork on it and everything, and apparently that's one of the people that he shot. And what people are saying, or what the theories go, is that the actual shooting was to make sure that they got rid of him, because if he was like able to accomplish that whole thing, it was gonna like create fuck up the economy so crazy, because it's gonna be like revolutionary, and it wasn't gonna help the government or like oil companies and other shit. And it would like it would create such a massive change right away. So that's just the theory that I heard, and obviously they cover it up, making it seem as a hate crime, but it was really just to make sure that to get rid of that one person.
That's crazy. I mean, like, there's so much that like these acts, these like very violent acts, and these like the shit that goes on. There's so many of those that it's, when you think about it, how many of them could have possibly been planned? Yeah, like how many of them could have been like not even just planned by like a specific person, but planned by like a higher up group of people, like, and you're talking about these conspiracies, and I remember there's another guy that was doing the stuff with the water car like a very long time ago, and then he ended up getting killed. And then there was like there's all these people that they talk about who have tried to do these like very revolutionary things, like stopping cancer or like doing all that stuff, and then they end up dying. And it's like, when you have stuff like that, it's obviously gonna make the public and society very skeptical, because why do just these people that have been working on something just randomly turn up dead? Yeah. Or like once that guy that I mentioned earlier that saw that Yeti thing on the mountain, and he recorded it, and he was talking about it on TikTok, and then there was the rumor that he died. Like,
It's crazy how you. I mean, who knows? Like I said, at the end of the day, it's conspiracy and a theory for a reason.
Yeah.
But it's still like it's also like we're not just making this shit up. It's just like also like there's little stuff that could hint to it.
Exactly. It's
So
like it's all a theory, but it could be.
yeah,
It's just crazy when you think
it's
about it
insane to
that way.
really think about it because maybe for some of them we might be completely wrong, but I mean a lot of stuff does make sense sometimes.
Yeah.
It's just, some stuff adds up, which is like just crazy to think about.
Exactly, bro.
Yeah.
I don't know. Stuff with theories, that it's just like so real but scary at the same time because of the possibilities that could come behind them.
Yeah. No, definitely.
Just when you think about it and you think about all the shit that happens in our world, like on a day-to-day basis, like how many of that stuff do you feel like could have been pre-thought, like pre-planned by somebody else higher than just like the perpetrator? Like it's crazy.
I mean, and there's theories about. I mean, almost every historical event like it has like theories on it, whether it actually happened, whether it was planned, whether like some crazy stuff behind everything. It's insane. Yeah, I mean, almost reminds me. I don't know if you ever watched this movie called Watchmen. It's like a superhero movie.
I don't think so.
It's an old one. It's from 2009. And then it's a really good movie. You should definitely watch it. But I don't know if I want to
talk too much about
it. But basically, oh no, but I already mentioned it. Well, spoiler alert. Fuck it. Just say it. But basically, it's like this group of people that these superheroes is part of like DC and shit.
Yeah.
And it was like all of a sudden, I think it's like the time period where it happened is between like during the after the Vietnam War, after the Vietnamese War, all that stuff. And basically, what it is like Russia and the U.S. are about to like nuke each other.
Yeah.
Like it's like for some reason the Russia is like crazy and they're about to nuke New York and all this shit. And then the U.S. also just like so basically everybody's like on the edge of nuclear war.
Yeah.
And basically what's happening is that this group of superheroes that are kind of like well not necessarily superhero but like vigilantes. They're just like at the same time that everything, the whole U.S. and Russia stuff is going on, they're taking them out. They're taking out this, and it was a group of superheroes called the Watchmen that were popular like in the 40s and stuff. But obviously, they after a law passed, they couldn't like superheroes were not allowed anymore. Yeah. And basically, now that all this stuff is happening, they're taking out the superheroes one by one. Whether they're killing them, and then obviously one of the vigilantes called Rorschach is like trying to figure out what's going on with this whole shit. Like why are we getting killed? Like this is not just an attack on one person. Like this stuff is happening. Like there's a whole plan behind it. And basically what it was is really just it was just basically a plan to make this one superhero look like he created almost like a tragic event, like really bad throughout the whole world, that he would stop the war. Yeah, but I mean, I'm not sure if I explained it really well. But basically, the whole plan was the whole plan was from this superhero make this other superhero look bad. Like he bombed the whole world, and basically everybody
like would to frame it
on him, and that way that the U.S. and Russia wouldn't attack each other and create nuclear war, so that the whole world would just like kind of unite and be like that's our enemy, and just frame it on him.
Yeah. So basically, what you're saying kind of is like what if like that shit kind of goes on like. How many times that shit probably has happened throughout history where stuff
where like think about it this way: if you and I are fighting, or we're about to fight, and then somebody else attacks both of us at the same time, we're like, you know what, fuck or beef, we're gonna get together and we're gonna fight that guy. But at the end of but it was all a time just for us to stop fighting. Yeah. So but at the same time, it was done bad because basically what happened is that they ended up fucking killing a shit ton of people. But they're just blaming it on one person, and the whole world was like, never mind. We need to unite. We have a common enemy. That's who we need to focus on. We shouldn't be killing each other. But at the same time, the people that did it, it's like they killed up shit ton of people. Yeah. So what is more crazy? Like I don't know. You gotta watch the movie, bro. Because
it'll make more sense.
It'll make more sense. I don't want to give you too much spoilers on it
for sure.
But it's like, would you rather do? It's almost like that. is it better to sacrifice some people for the benefit of many, or would you rather just like
like it's a hard concept to think about.
Yeah, it's almost like peace based on a lie or the truth, but chaos.
Exactly, and that ultimately comes down to why certain things run the way they do, probably in our society and government. Because if certain stuff got out, then how much chaos would erupt based off of that, instead of just making peace based off of a lie. Or like when they talk about history, like how much of history could be capped, but it's told that way. To avoid. Like,
Yeah, no, it's crazy. Like I don't know. It's a lot of shit. It's insane, but I mean, definitely watching what they did is definitely playing along that concept of what goes behind the scenes and what's really going on, and also with the question of is it is it better to sacrifice the few for the many, or was creating the whole, basing everything off a lie, like was it worth it? I don't know. It really
that's like
it's a really good movie, so you should definitely give it on HBO Max.
For
and like I said, it's from DC Comics, so and they created a show on it, which I'm gonna start watching soon.
That's fire.
And that came out more recently, but the movie, bro, for sure, is like it's so crazy. I mean, like I said, I'll give you some spoilers on it, but definitely you need to watch. Because it makes more sense once you actually watch it.
And that's kind of interesting to apply it to like today's society now, because even already there's so much stuff that's being talked about, and the year just started. There's so much stuff trying to be uncovered. So it's like with conspiracy theories, I don't think conspiracy theories are ever going to go away, but it'll be interesting to see how all of that stuff plays out for the rest of 2024.
Yeah, no, definitely.
And we just started, so
yeah, and it's definitely. You think we see some crazy shit like it happened on 2020, where fucking we're about to get nuked and shit, or the Cold Korea thing? Bro, the first month of 2020 was insane. We had a shit ton of crazy news.
Exactly.
So we'll see what happens.
How everything starts.
Now, hopefully 2024 is good though. I know. Just well, yeah, I mean, we could probably cap it there. We had a good little episode, just trying out the new studio, seeing how it is, and like I said, we're definitely making adjustments to it as we go.
Yeah, for sure.
Through time, you'll definitely start seeing more shit in the background, see more stuff, have more personality to it.
Oh yeah.
Because right now we don't got that much color. We're just a little bland, but we're excited. We're excited to start this year. Right? This episode was a little bit more of theories and music, but we're keeping it a chill episode for this time.
Testing out, for those of y'all who stay with us, going into the new year, waiting for these episodes and staying with us through these trials, we appreciate y'all. Just anybody showing out support, because, like we said in that last episode, we're going to be bringing some big stuff coming into this year. And
absolutely.
We'll take it to the next level for sure. So for those of y'all sticking and the ones
we appreciate it. And, we might mention this a lot, almost every episode, but I mean, it is truly what it is, because like I said, as long as one person is watching it, we're going to continue to create this podcast. So we appreciate absolutely everything. All the support from everybody, whether it's even if you're watching the whole episode or just part of the episode or clips or just listening to us, we appreciate you for sure. And yeah, so we're excited to see what this year brings along. We definitely got more plans coming up, and you'll see more faces as we go.
Stay tuned for next session. That one's gonna be hard.
We got plans for next session. The next session is gonna be fire. You definitely want to tune into that one. And yeah, bro. I mean, anything else to wrap it up? We're getting tipsy for Gypsy this weekend. Nah, bro, y'all some crazy motherfuckers.
Y'all are crazy.
Y'all motherfuckers find any reason to drink, bro.
Dude, that is serious. Her level of clout has skyrocketed too. Like, it's insane.
Yeah, bro. I don't know. I looked at my mom watching some Facebook video on her, and it was crazy, bro. I don't know, bro.
Yeah.
Tipsy for Gypsy was crazy though. Y'all motherfuckers
got it. Y'all got it.
Y'all some insane motherfuckers. But nah, for real, thank you. If you stayed all the way to the end, thank you for watching. We appreciate everything. And yeah, well, just Motion Mixtape.
And we out.
We out.